Greetings. Today we continue the third installment of praise as the second constituent element of meditation and the spiritual sacrifices of the believer priest. And we want to note from the Old Testament that praise is a personal example from the life of David. The trouble is found in 1 Samuel chapter 21, verses 10 through 15, and then again in chapter 22 and verse number 1. We'll find that David is fleeing for his life from King Saul and takes refuge, that is, he hides among the Philistines. They discover him and propose to kill him also. So now he's got trouble on multiple sides. 1 Samuel chapter 21, verse 10 says, "And David arose and fled that day for fear of Saul, and went to Achish the king of Gath. And the servants of Achish said unto him, Is not this David, the king of the land? Did not one sing to another of him in dances, saying, Saul hath slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s? And David laid up these words in his heart, and was sore afraid of Achish the king of Gath." Verse 13 says, "And he changed his behavior before them, and he faked himself mad or crazy in their hands, and scrabbled on the doors of the gate, and let the spittle fall down upon his beard. Then said Achish unto his servants, Lo, ye see, the man is mad. Wherefore have you brought him to me? Have I need of madmen that you brought this fellow to play the madman in my presence? Shall this fellow come into my house? David therefore departed thence and escaped to the cave Adullam." This is chapter 22, verse 1. "And when his brethren and all his father's house heard it, they went down thither to him." God answered David's prayer, and in Psalm 34, David is praising God for his deliverance from this trouble. I'll let you read that one on your own. Then let's consider that praise is a New Testament practice. So praise is the outward expression of meditation. We might say it this way, that praise is the mandatory catharsis for thanksgiving. The root word upon which thanksgiving is built is the word for grace, charis, good grace. So true thanksgiving is built upon the acknowledgement of our need of grace, and praise is our acknowledgement of the receiving of that needed grace. Praise is a personal example from the life of Paul. In Philippians chapter 2, verse 16, he says, "Holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain." In Philippians 2:16, the words "holding forth" literally mean extending the offering. As the Old Testament priest presented or held forth the offering to God, so do we hold forth the spiritual sacrifices. In Philippians chapter 1, verses 8 through 14, Paul illustrates using his own life, that his whole life, good or bad, is the extending, the holding forth, or the withholding of Christ, the light of the world before a dark world. Philippians 1:80 says, "For God is my record, how greatly I long after you all in the bowels of Jesus Christ. And I pray this, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment."